What's up, brick builders? Today's build is Darth Maul's Sith Infiltrator. This is set number 912058-1. Year it came out was 2020. Age group 6+, and it's got a piece count of 34. Hello folks, Sean from BRIT'N Bricks. Welcome to another build video, and it's another Star Wars build. Sith Infiltrator. We have not built one of these before. So this is the first one that I have built. I'm not a massive fan of this particular set. Now this is very maybe bad or negative or anything like that. It's just that once it's built, you let me know in the comments what you think. I'm just not feeling it, and I'll explain why at the end of the video. Anyway, this was a free set. It was in a foil bag, limited edition, and it was on the Star Wars Lego magazine issue 58, which was available back in April to May 2020. You get some really cool parts with it. Don't get me wrong, you get some really cool parts with it. But yeah, let's build the model and see what we've got. Righty-ho, and we got some instructions, and I found these. I think I found these on Pinterest or something like that, and I tried saving those to a file. So yeah, on Pinterest you'll probably be able to find them. We're going to start off with this Technic plate here, which is a 2x6 Technic plate with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 holes, and this is going to be the front, and this is going to be the back. And on the front, we're going to put the plate special with black 1x2 with a hinge socket, and the hinge socket is going to be out on the front. So that's going to sit like that. And then we're going to put a 6x6 round light bluish grey plate, and that's just going to line up. So line up these studs here with those studs there, push down, nice and easy. Now we're going to put some wing hinges on. And those are going to be the plate special with the 3-bar, dark bluish grey. And we're going to put one on one side and one on the other, just like that. And we're going to do the same thing on the bottom as well. But for now, we're going to do a little bit of detail, and that is the grate plate, and that is dark bluish grey tile special with the grates. And you're just going to put those right next to those plate specials. So we want another one of those. There it is. Like so. And then we're going to put a plate special here, 1x4 with 2 studs on top. So there you go. The 1x4, and it's 1 stud on each side. And then it's kind of plain and smooth in the middle. And we're just going to go straight across the back end. And we're going to go straight across the front end as well. Like that. And then we're going to put a 2x2 dark bluish grey circular plate. That's going to go right in the middle there. That's important. That will play an important role later on. And then we're going to put a 1x2 light bluish grey plate just next to that hinge plate there. On the hinge plate, we're going to take this plate special, looks like handlebars, or not handlebars, but bicycle fork kind of brace, and you want the arms here out at the front like that. And then we're going to put the hinge plate with the 9 fingers. So this is the old version, so it doesn't have the groove. It has the 9 fingers, and you go pop that onto the hinge socket there. Good click. And this is a really good hinge system because it really holds various different angles and pulls your Lego set apart because it is so good. So it's very good for angles, but we're not using it for angles. We're going to use it as to extend something. On the top here, we're going to put plate specials. So there's a lot of plate specials in this set. A lot of plate specials. We're going to take this plate special here with the 2x2 studs, and then the curved piece with the hole. You want the hole towards the front like that, and it's going to sit on those 4 studs. So that's going to overhang just slightly, and then we're going to build up the nose piece now. The nose piece we've seen, well, I've seen in various other people's builds with, like, it's kind of like the way the Star Destroyer's done. You're using this hinge plate here, and you're bringing it to a slight angle, and then we're just going to dress that up with a 1x6 light bluish grey tile that's going to sit on top. So we've got another one of those like that, and then underneath we've got a 1x6 plate that goes underneath like that, and then just close it up slightly, and then just next to the tiles here on these studs here, we're going to put 1x1 dark bluish grey plate. And let's kind of break up the light bluish grey piece, and then this is going to sit underneath these bike fork pieces. It's going to sit underneath the arms like that. See that? And then we're just going to cover these the arm and this dark bluish grey plate with a 1x2 curved brick, light bluish grey. It's just going to go on top. I'll turn that around. It's going to go across there like that. And that, essentially, that bit is finished. We just got to put a 1x3 tile straight across on that hinge plate there, and that has finished the top of the front. And we're going to flip it over. We're going to put landing gear on, and that is this Technic connector with the 2 studs on the top. The 2 studs on the top are going to go into the bottom of that hinge plate like that, and then we're going to do the other wing supports. So again, plate special with the 3 bars. You're just going to put it underneath the circular plate. Same on the other side. So we've seen a very similar thing to this design or build technique. Yeah, I say design. As what you would in the Jedi Interceptor. And you're going to use these flags, these dark bluish grey flags, and it's going to have the flat piece in between the 2 clips. So this is period correct. So back in when this came out, it was the flat and not the flared. And you're going to have the angle piece at the back. So it's going to be like that. And you just go clip those into these 2 bars at the top like that. And this is the same technique as well, and the same parts, to be fair, for the Jedi Interceptor as well. There we go. And one more. Boop. And then we want the little sphere on the top and the bottom. Now the way we're going to get the sphere on the top and the bottom, we're going to take this 3x3 round brick and go pop that on top of the dark bluish grey round plate, and just go turn it around until it drops into place like that. Flip it upside down, and we're going to take this 3 stud long black bar, and that is going to go through this hole here. So you're going to go 1 hole from the back, and that's why we've got a little pinhole there. We got the little 2x2 plate with the whole axle hole in there, so that you can thread this bar through like that. And I'm going to put my finger on the top here, because then I'm going to know it'll be at the top there, but that's too far. What we'll do then is we'll put that on this dish. This is a 3x3 light bluish grey dish. We're going to put the 3 long bar in the hole there, just so it's at the tip. I'm going to put my finger or thumb behind it so it stops it from pushing it through, and then just going to pop that in there, and then it should just sit in, and adjust the wings accordingly, however you like. Oops. Or you can pull them off just like I did. like that. There we go. And that is the Sith Infiltrator. Darth Maul's Sith Infiltrator. No, it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look too bad. I'm going to have to say, I do like the angles of these wings here. These are so cool. It's like what you see on the Jedi Interceptor for sure, without a doubt. And I love that. I really like that a lot. Very cool. What I don't like about this is this piece. And this piece here. Now, because of the scale of it, I guess it's fairly decent for its scale, but I really feel like it's not finished. So many gaps, and this piece really does stand out. And I don't think he had this great big gap in here either. So although it does kind of pull off a Sith Infiltrator, I'm not convinced that this is finished, to be fair. And I'll say that if it's negative or anything like that, but it just feels unfinished. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. It's super swooshy. And it's a fairly decent size. I feel like this is a bit too ambitious for the scale. But let me know what you guys think. Folks, if you enjoyed the video, you want to see some more content like this, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share amongst your friends, family, and anybody else who you think would be interested in this kind of content. Also, put your notifications on to all so you don't miss us in the next one. I'm Sean from BRIT'N. Peace.